between the minor premiers of Melbourne and Adelaide. And it's Peter Hargraves for Sturt, coming grandstand side. Clomp in front, behind Davies. Clomp at second attempt, has been paid the mark. He's still inside the half-back line of Sturt. Carrying to the wing, where Winters in front row. Glendinning dropped what he should have taken. The handball came out from Barton to Mutton, and Sturt go forward. Looking to go direct to the goal square. It's a low trajectory kick. Heinrich couldn't control it. Heinrich in again. Downs through, but the free kick going the way of Phil Heinrich, within goal-scoring distance of Sturt. Philip Heinrich. Best on ground in the back pocket last week. Today taking up a roving role, and the first deliberate shot at goal for Sturt. And Phil Heinrich hits the post for the first score of the board to Sturt. 1 point they lead North Melbourne, yet to open their account.
Sturt moved that ball well. The short kick in from Crosswell finds the back pocket player in Ramsey. They take it out of defence along the outer side. That's Ramsey now. He gets the kick to centre wing, taken there by Jarrett. Up from the half-forward flank, he's on the centre wing at the moment. Fires the ball to the half-forward flank now. In pursuit, Blight. Hargraves in pursuit. Slips it over. Running well is Arves, but he's not going to make the distance. Leonard. Clomp. Onto his boot quickly. Barton almost makes a mess of it. Has been paid the mark on the half-back line. Sturt Rover. Robert Barton to relieve the pressure. Graham Melrose standing the mark. Directs play towards the centre of the ground. And Reid. Reid still check side of centre. Bergen. Sturt go forward to the half-forward line. Looking for Mutton, but the mark over the top there has been taken by Ick. He in turn finds Byrne. Byrne, no pressure put on him, drives long. Davies underneath the ball. Blight comes in, one hand up. Quickly, Casson tries to break his way through. Walk getting back for Sturt. Chasing him, Burns. Walk under pressure now. Kick Sturt clear towards Butt.
Fumbles, allows McCann in. The quick handball goes over to Stan Alves. And the first goal of the board goes on. No, it was touched as it went through. And scores all tied at the 3-minute mark at 1 point apiece. Colin Casey, the Sturt custodian, kicks somewhat off the side of the boot. Leading in the race is Stan Alves. He'll let the ball go out of play and take a free kick beneath the scoreboard. Somewhat tentative opening by both sides, yet there's plenty of pace being applied. The short pass. The lead came from Craig Davies. He couldn't control it. Casey back, and Barton relieves for Sturt, going to centre wing.
Downs. With him, Gregg. Alves. Quickly across Glendinning. North Melbourne go forward, up towards full forward. Blight sets himself, edges him underneath. Could be touched as it goes through. What's the result? No, it's a goal. Well, this time Alves has been successful, and I think it was his kick from centre wing that put it through, or did I call Glendinning? Jerry, I think it was Glendinning.
It was Stan Alves, Ian, that you called correctly, coming up over the half-forward line and putting a long kick towards the goal square. At the back of the pack there was Blight. He manoeuvred the Sturt defender out of position. The ball carried over, and I think somewhat that Walk may well have thought it was touched as he allowed the ball to go through the goals, but it's full points on the board, and North Melbourne 1-1, leads Sturt 1 behind.
At the bounce, Davies and Keenan. Keenan goes for the thump. Leonard can't handle it. It's shoveled out quickly now to Tanner. They go forward towards the half-forward line. Walk in defence. Half volleys it well. Wiseman back to Walk in the double play, but it came unstuck. Winding through now is Melrose. He's under pressure. Hargraves saves today for Sturt and drives towards Clomp. Can't handle it. Slip from Jarrett across to Gregg. In turn, Arves. North Melbourne go forward once more, but it's marked on the half-forward line there by Melrose.
Graham Melrose, the North Melbourne rover, deep in the left forward pocket. The lead comes from Davis. Prefers to go towards the goal square. Who's back there but Blight? Did it well. He took Hargraves over into the left forward pocket, double back into the goal square, and virtually flew alone. Point blank range. And goal number 2 goes on the board from the boot of Malcolm Blight and North Melbourne. The visitors on 2 goals, 1 lead. Sturt 1 behind. 5-minute mark of this first term. The action on Channel 7.
Jerry, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Davies is deliberately leading Casey upfield, and the ploy of Ron Barassi is to let Malcolm Blight come back into the square, and it's a one-on-one battle with Hargraves, who's far less experienced than Colin Casey, but it's happened on 2 or 3 occasions. That's the first time it's been successful. The other twice, walk cleared for Sturt, but North Melbourne started well, lead 2-1, Sturt a point. It's
Davies and Keenan at the centre bounce. Sturt player front roll. Tapped down beautifully to Barton and turned to Clonk. Over to Mutton. Wasn't a good handball, but he's loose. Bounces well for him. Tries to straighten up play going to the goal square. At the back, Winter. Can't get the run of it. Sims through. Gives it to Bagshaw. And Bagshaw shot at goal. Is home. The first goal on the board to Sturt from the boot of their captain, Paul Bagshaw.
Well, that was Sturt coming in through their half-forward line. Mutton with the ball into the pocket. And it was left to Sims, although he had his back to goal, he had his captain in Bagshaw. Slipped over the hand pass, and very seldom does Bagshaw miss when he's balanced. And he shot through Sturt's first goal, and they trail now by 6 points.
Again, it will be Davies and Keenan. Bounce favouring Keenan. He gets the tap, but Barton steals it. Help came from Reid. His left foot kick carries to centre wing. Schimmelbusch under it, destroyed by Downs. And the Sturt come forward through Howard. The kick well smothered. Coming up, Keith Gregg of North Melbourne to centre wing. He was searching for John Byrne. It carries over the head of that player. Jarrett attempted to take Wiseman out of the play, but the ball beat him to it, and the throw-in takes place almost up on the half-forward line of North Melbourne. Davies. Tap back to Bergen. Working hard. John Burns went in against the tide. Davies to Barton, and Sturt away. Clonk. Constructively setting up for play, goes long and direct to the goal. Sims has got the ride from behind, and there's been paid the mark. Sims of Sturt. Coming in from the side, he had the last shot at the others who were held under the pack, and at second attempt was paid the mark. Instrumental in the first goal scored by Sturt, getting a handball to Bagshaw. And now an opportunity to tie the scores. Trevor Sims converts, and the scores are all tied at 2-1 apiece at the 8-minute mark of this big challenge match between the two minor premiers.
Sims may have been a little fortunate to have been paid the mark. He certainly had first touch. Whether he completed or not is immaterial. He was paid the mark by umpire Coombe, 20 metres right out in front, and Sturt starting to show their movement coming away from the half-back line, and they're doing it well, catching North Melbourne flat-footed going through their half-back line.
Davies front roll. Keegan reaches high, but Barton hits out to centre wing. Xavier Tanner over to Stan Alves, and North Melbourne deep through half forward. Coming out Davis from behind, brought to ground by Casey and Hardiman. Booting to the outer flank. Falling under the ball, Leonard marks between half back and centre wing. Got Mutton running for him. Try to straighten up play somewhat. Keenan hits it out. Jarrett. Into half forward he goes, looking for Casson. Well marked. Casson's got a direct run at the goals, goes towards the goal square. Blight dropping back, shepherds the ball through, and it bounces to the left for one behind. North Melbourne move to 2-2. They lead Sturt 2-1 at the 9-minute mark of this first term.
That first 9 minutes has produced a lot of loose play, loose checking. Both sides obviously settling down to determine one another's style. Casey. Davies and Keenan. Davies front spot taken off hands by Barton, roving well in this first quarter. Gives the opportunity now to Mutton, gets a bad bounce. Gregg quickly through. Tanner boots North in towards full forward, settling himself well. Taking the mark is Malcolm Blight. Once again, the experience over Hargraves coming to the fore, and the $1,000 a game player reported to be takes the mark 10 metres out from goal. Former South Australian McGarry medalist, playing in front of his home crowd. One of the favourites for the Brownlow medal in 1978 in Melbourne. Puts it through, his second goal, and Malcolm Blight proving a real thorn in the side of Sturt in the opening moments of this game.
Well, the ploy certainly set up. But Craig Davis will be the leader, opening up the goal square and allowing the leaping ability of Blight to pull the big one down in the goal square. Tanner on that occasion, from within the square, the big long kick carrying right up to the face of goal. And there was Blight, proving too experienced at the moment for Peter Hargraves, but certainly experience will come out of it for Hargraves, and maybe Odie could well have to pull a move to quelch the effect that Blight's having on the game.
Sims on the ball for Sturt, coming in check side. Sims gets the tap away, but it's taken by Huppets, having a run on the ball at centre wing. Mutton. Sturt go forward into the pocket, looking for Davies. Quickly slips it across. Bergen, a long shot at goal. The umpire moving well offline indicates that only a minor score will be recorded. Once more, we see the running ability of Bergen, striking at their goal, but offline.
Coming out, could well carry out a play first. No, it's kept in play by Xavier Tanner. It was an awkward kick, but well trapped by Schimmelbusch. And his kick off the side of the boot carries to the half-forward line. Casson and John Byrne first there. Burns first there, hit it back to John Byrne. A direct drive. Hardiman takes him out of the play. The loose ball comes out to John Burns. And now it's Barton. Over to Walk. Walk taps it out of play for a throw-in. It's inside North Melbourne's half-forward line. 20 plays 14, North Melbourne lead the 12-minute mark first term.
A tremendous typical Victorian hip and shoulder clash there, Jerry. Hardiman, of course, a former VFL player.
Sims on the ball now. It's a tap out the back. Loose ball taken by Casson. Fires it wide to John Burns. Burns settling. Goes direct to the goal square. Back there, Blight and Hargraves. Hargraves almost pulled it down. The loose one is out to Jarrett. He's got help from Huppets. Looking for further support. It's not there. 3 versus 1. Barton through for Sturt. Back to Reid. Trapped it well. And the kick comes to centre wing for Sturt.
Not well directed. Downs. Hooked back towards centre wing. Glendinning there with Winter. And Glendinning played the free kick, or is it a throw-in? Be a throw-in. Just in the attacking division of the Blues. Almost up to half-forward line. Sims and Nolan. Nolan using his bulk well. Threads it through to Jarrett. Gregg on the half-back line. Fires the ball towards the centre of the ground. Arves over the top. Reid in, Leonard. Tanner. Alves. Well clear now. The ball on the half-forward line. The handball comes quickly across to Tanner, moving well. Slips it out. Poor Melrose couldn't quite get there. Wiseman. Short to Howard. Schimmelbusch spoils from the back. Follows on well. Wiseman disposes of him, or holds him off the ball, and the umpire sees it. And the free kick will go to North Melbourne's Wayne Schimmelbusch.
Well, great experience by Schimmelbusch. The big con was on then, and he won out into the goal square. He goes. That man Blight again. A well-judged mark, a floating punt kick coming in, and Blight in front roll again, taking that inches from the ground. Malcolm Blight has kicked 2. At the 14-minute mark of this first term, goal number 3 goes on the board to Malcolm Blight, and North Melbourne move to 4-2, leading Sturt 2-2. You're viewing Channel 7's World of Sport.
Well, you've got about a Malcolm Blight, a superb performer. I suppose South Australians should feel some justifiable pride with Blight playing so well early in the game, but with North Melbourne's 4 goals on the board and Blight's got 3 of them, obviously Sturt will have to tighten in this area.
It's Nolan and Sims at the centre. Interference, Sturt's way. Big Mick Nolan sticking the oversized chest into the back of Sims, and Sturt go forward. The half-forward line, a loose kick. Coming out as the back pocket player, Ray Ramsey. Kicks to half-forward, where Melrose traps it well. Gets help from Stephen McCann. A high kick again to the goal square. This is the pattern of North Melbourne. The loose one fisted away. In goes Jarrett. Over to Blight. Searching around. No pressure put on him, but he kicks to his opponent, and Hargraves saves for Sturt on the last line.
Blight a real menace. Sense of panic going through the South Australian supporters every time he gets the ball. Klomp has been, called to play on. Howard comes out. Reid clear, just inside the line. Closing on him now is McCann. Reid for Sturt. Off the side of his boot somewhat. Bergen in front position, quickly swooping on it now is Byrne. Towards full forward, Casey there, Davis. Huppets Straightens up for goal, puts it in the air, gives it a chance. Blight up over the top, will get his fourth. Spoiled the mark of Hargraves, but with his sixth kick, popped through his fourth goal. Great recovery.
Malcolm Blight, an absolute menace up there in the goal square, and certainly Odie must have the thinking box on at the moment as to what he will do to try and curb the influence. The ball coming in there off the boot of the former South Australian Ray Huppets, and North Melbourne continuing this pattern of going direct and deep to the goal square. It looked as though it would bounce through, but great recovery by Malcolm Blight to boot the goal right on the goal line, and North Melbourne at 5-2 leads Sturt 2-2.
Nolan coming in check side is Sims, trying to make front spot. Downs. Nolan. Sims again, edges Sturt forward towards Winter, takes a falling mark just inside the big centre square. Bruce Winter. Davies. Here's the chance now for Klomp into the open goal. I think he missed. Not a good effort by the Sturt centreman. Well balanced, no pressure put on him at all. Faced the open goal and missed.
Kicking out Brent Croswell prior to the flag being waved, and the ball will be brought back for the North Melbourne custodian to have a repeat performance. Gets a lead from his back pocket player in Ramsey, but he goes high and long over the head looking for Schimmelbusch. Howard from behind. Takes Schimmelbusch to ground. Bergen left it behind. In he goes again, but Keith Gregg's away for North Melbourne. His kick carries high and long, up over centre wing. Reid versus McCann, the loose one to Nigel Walk. No help coming, gets it from Sims eventually, has time to turn, kicks into the centre, and there he finds Downs. Andrew Downs looking for a lead from Winter, but it goes to the direction of Davies. The back, he can't pull it in. The loose ball, in again, the tide went Melrose. Finally, Stephen Eck. Booting to the outer side. Coming forward, Wiseman. Too much pace for Casson. Still there, Wiseman. Alves came in to help. Leonard for Sturt, and the ball out of play for a throw-in almost up to the half-forward line of Sturt.
Played 18 minutes of the first quarter. North Melbourne 5-2, Sturt 2-3. Davies over the back. Tanner through. Davies slips out the handball. Sturt go forward once more towards the half-forward line. Winter. Good pass coming in on the outer side from Mutton. Found Winter at centre half-forward, about 40 metres out from goal. Kicking into a slight breeze. Will need one of his better kicks. Nice looking drop punt. I think it's going to get home. It just made it. Fine goal by Bruce Winter. And Sturt pegged North Melbourne back now. 19 minutes into the first quarter, 3-3 to 5-2.
It was a goal that Sturt needed. North Melbourne was certainly applying the pressure with Blight the menace up the other end, but that was a good passage of football. Mutton picking out the loose Winter very well, and then an immaculate disposal off the boot of Bruce Winter, carrying high and long through for his first goal. North Melbourne 5-2, Sturt 3-3.
Davies back on the ball now for Sturt against Nolan. Line ball, Klomp goes in. Stack up of players, a bounce down almost in the centre of the ground. Nolan, a huge man. Davies not giving away much height, but certainly kilometres in weight. Or kilometres, make that kilograms. Another bounce down. Metric conversion shouldn't be applied to football. Nolan over the top, Davies in front, Downs. Heinrich. Ick. Taken off him by Mutton. On the lead, Bagshaw, but it's too far. Crosswell getting back on the ball. Will go out of play in the full forward right pocket.
Sturt getting through their half-forward line pretty well, but it is constructive football, starting up their attacks from around the centre area. Nolan and Sims. Stalemate, but kicked out of defence by Stephen Eck. Was it Doug Smith it was? Davies. Tapped it back looking for Leonard. Alves has got possession, but it's a stalemate. Player front up against the other, and the ball in between for a bounce at centre wing. 32 plays 21, 20-minute mark, North lead. Up high was McCann. Kick forward by Leonard. Stephen Eck. Tapping it back for Xavier Tanner. Long handball goes to John Byrne. He's taken the ground, holding the ball. Fine tackle applied by Tony Bergen, and Sturt quickly through their half-forward line again.
Sims sets himself underneath the ball. Winter, Glendinning, too much pace. still in the pocket. Nettlefold. Short towards the half-back flank and Gregg. And he takes the mark on the half-back, or inside the half-back flank, and steady play down. Dual Brownlow medalist, Short, Schimmelbusch. Still on the half-back line. North Melbourne edge out of defence. Schimmelbusch kick is longer, screwed towards the half-forward line, looking for McCann. Davies one hand. Hardiman in defence, nowhere to go. Rides the bump well, gets a kick of sorts away. Reid is taking the mark. Yes, he's been paid. Very close to the ground, but was paid in turn to clock.
Bergen goes through from centre wing, stirred up over half-forward. Sims again. Ray Ramsey working hard. Sims in over the top. Ramsey 38, 27 over the top. Gregg, stalemate, bounce, half-forward line of Sturt. 11 points the difference. North Melbourne lead. 22 minutes into this first term. Mick Nolan of North Melbourne. Sims gets the tap down to Heinrich. Can't work clear, gives it to Barton. A high kick to the left forward pocket. The back, Ross Glendinning. Great recovery for a big man. Kicks back over the half-back line. Howard up high. The loose one's out the back. Jarrett allows Schimmelbusch through. North Melbourne up to their centre half-forward position, looking for Casson, and he drops back well to mark in opposition to Wiseman.
Casson coming back after injury. Throws a long one out to Tanner. 30 metres out. He's going to run into trouble. Hooks round the corner. And that's a magnificent shot at goal. Great one, Xavier Tanner. His first. And North Melbourne sixth.
Well, there we see absolute class. Good football by Schimmelbusch. Siding Casson loose at centre half forward. A fine judge mark by Casson. And then the run was on. Sturt certainly applied the stretch, pushing him to the boundary line. But absolute expertise as he whizzed that one around the corner, curled it through past the right, big wide upright for his first goal. North Melbourne 6-2, Sturt 3-3.
Nolan and Davies. Sturt persisting with their check side tactic, which they do in normal club games, of course. Bergen underneath the pack, a bounce down in the centre. Byrne having a few words to say to the umpire. Cowton and Davies once more. Nolan fisted further forward towards the half-forward line. In turn, forwarded by McCann. Casson. In go the heavy bodies. But, oh, gives a handball away, but it was a bad one under pressure. And the umpire has ruled a high tackle, and Robert Barton to clear from centre half back. Got Bergen at wing. Good mark, Bergen. Uses Price to break clear. Glendinning and Winter. Winter uses his body illegally, and the North Melbourne centre half back to take the kick from that position.
Ross Glendinning runs away, fires long to the open space, but Sturt lead. Jeff Leonard first there. Too much pace for Stan Alves. Kicks to the half-forward line, and Gary May. Not quite up to that line, but Heinrich's there to give the run. Looking to set up play. The lead comes from Downs deep in the forward pocket. Cutting across and taking the ball out of play, Ray Ramsey. The throw in 5 metres from the right behind post of Sturt. 17-point margin North Melbourne's way. First use of what breeze there is, and that's negligible. Nolan and Sims. North Melbourne's way. Bursting through is John Burns. A high screw punt to centre wing. John Byrne up there. That was Stephen McCann, but it's taken away by Wiseman of Sturt. Into attack they go again. Fisted away by Nolan. Ends with Sims. He's caught. And finally, Greg Away as quarter time rings out here at Football Park in this big interstate clash. The minor premiers of South Australia and Victoria, and North Melbourne 6-2-38. Lead Sturt 3-3-21. Great action here on Channel 7's World of Sport.
Melbourne Sturt clash. North leads 6-2 to Sturt's 3-3. The Blues turn to go with what breeze there is. Not very great. Klomp hooks the ball to the half-forward line. Ramsey in defence. Fists away from Heinrich. Glendinning. Quickly the pace of Mutton is through. Winding across the half-forward line. Being pressed now by Crosswell. Slips out the handball to Klomp. Klomp under pressure as well. Gets a handball back to Bagshaw. Bad bounce, but he's still getting through there. No, that was Mutton. Quickly now Barton playing for the free kick. Michael Graham into the open goal. But the umpire has awarded a free kick to Robert Barton for an illegal tackle And we see Sturt have interchanged Graham at quarter time to give the Sturt speedster the first run of the game, but that right driving muscle heavily strapped at the moment. Robert Barton, 15-20 metres out right in front. Chips away towards the golf course end, his first. And Sturt get off to a good start in the second quarter. Trail now 4-3 to North Melbourne 6-2.
Sturt's first use of the breeze and a quick opening. The play being made by Mutton there. Did virtually a solo effort, taking the ball away, got a handball away to Klomp, and then had to come back to himself into the path of Rob Barton. He played for the free kick, threw the ball out and was tagged too long. And Sturt now 4-3, trail North Melbourne 6-2.
At the bounce, it'll be Keenan in opposition to Davies. Keenan front spot, the taller Huppets. Klomp again, can't get a handball away. Leonard in. Owls for Melbourne. Leonard trying to get the handball away, but a bounce down by umpire Coombe, almost back in the centre circle. Malcolm Blight kicked 4 goals for North Melbourne in a stunning first quarter. Davies tap. Owls dispossessed. And the umpire once more in for the bounce.
11 points the difference, and Sturt taking the game right up to North Melbourne, tackling fiercely, both sides some brilliant football. Davies down to Barton. Direct kick through centre half forward, carrying back Graham into the open spot. Coming up Doug Smith, but Graham's got the pace to get clear, fires short to Bagshaw, and he marks solidly at centre half forward, set him up somewhat, but Bagshaw stood his ground well, despite the effort of Huppets coming over the top. Bagshaw now an opportunity for his second goal.
Michael Graham wouldn't use his right leg, preferred to chip away with that pass, left-legged.
Paul Bagshaw, the Sturt captain, kicked 1 in the first term. This one carrying through, halfway up the goal post. Goal number 2 on the board for the Sturt captain, and the Blues move to 5-3, trailing North Melbourne 6-2 at the 2-minute mark of this second term.
South Australian supporters used to seeing Bagshaw convert with his opportunities, but the point was about Michael Graham that I made. Graham brought onto the ground at the interchange, and I know Oti wasn't allowing him to kick right-footed during the week, and no doubt that driving muscle still causing concern. He's had it for about 4 or 5 weeks. Was anticipated that he wouldn't play again this season.
Davies coming in check side, but Keane got the front roll, did it well, but the loose one goes to Stan Alves. Feints and a screw punt. Penetrates half forward, but walk back there on his lonesome. A solid mark. Nigel Walk, a direct shot, carrying up over the centre, still within the square. At the back, Ross Glendinning. Well-judged mark. He's within the square, defensive side of centre. Looking for run, doesn't get it. Davies applies the stretch. Call to play on us, was touched off the boot. Walk to Howard. Support from Hardiman. Long as he opens it up, but the interception from Tanner. Kicking deep to the half-forward line with Burns. Going in Wayne Schimmelbusch against the tide. Quick play on. No pressure put on him. Schimmelbusch goes to the goal square. Blight again. The ball screwing away from the reaching arm of Peter Hargraves, and who was dropping underneath it but Malcolm Blight. 4 goals in the first term. 3 from Marks, 1 from a recovered kick right on the goal line, and from kick number 7, goal number 5 goes on the board from Malcolm Blight, and North Melbourne move to 7-2, leading Sturt 5-3. Great action here on 7's World of Sport.
Funny kick from Schimmelbusch. He was given an extraordinary latitude to run, almost 25 metres, I would think, but he wobbled the ball towards the full forward area. And Hargraves has learnt now that you can't even give Malcolm Blight 2 metres start, because he took the mark low down to the ground and converted for his 5th. Burns warming up to come back into the arena.
Sturt about to bring Downs back onto the play. It's Hardiman off in the centre area. Burton versus Byrne, and Burton wins the free kick. Defensive side of the centre circle. Direct to centre half forward. Winters there. Glendinning also. He's the best recoverer of them all, and kicks North Melbourne to centre wing.
Getting underneath the ball out there was Melrose. No, let's pick him up on the outer side. I think it's Jarrett at centre wing. Casson. High towards the full forward area. Hargraves over the top of Blight. Quickly through Reed. Puts the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Keenan can't handle it. Through his Zick. Graham takes the ball away beautifully. See which foot he kicks now. Left puts it into full forward. Bagshaw up, but far too early. Crosswell back. Bagshaw. Crosswell kicking to danger. No, the umpire has ruled a bounce ball, and it'll take pace about 25-30 metres out in front of goal.
The intensity of Brent Crosswell. No way was that ball going to get away.
Sims and Keenan. Winter gives a chance to Mutton. Alves down from centre wing. Ball forced out Bagshaw. In trouble, lose it. Quickly Crosswell, but his kick is not well directed, and it's back towards centre wing and Davies. Davies returns the ball towards the full forward area. Bagshaw and Crosswell. Crosswell destroys to the line, and it's out of bounds, full forward right pocket.
About 35 metres around from the right behind post of Sturt. They trail by 11 points, 7-minute mark of this second term. Keenan, Sims coming in late. North Melbourne's way. Doubling back Smith. Got through well. Runs through, taken the ground. Working hard, Glendinning. Still there. Barton in. Bounce will result inside the half-forward line off Sturt. It'll be Keenan of North Melbourne and Sims now working in for Sturt, but it's North Melbourne's way to Melrose. Bagshaw applies the tackle, and another bounce results.
7-2 North Melbourne, 5-3 Sturt. Played 7 minutes of the second quarter. No time on these quarters today. 4 25-minute quarters. Casson down from the wing, but the free kick will go to the half-back flanker to be taken by, the centre wing player, Alves. Goes right across to Greg. He's only about 40 metres out from goal when he takes the mark. Gets the lead from Schimmelbusch, centre wing, going towards that player in the action now, supported by Jarrett, but he's got the pace to get round. No, couldn't get round Howard, but he's well balanced. Sets up the play now for Glendinning. In turn, finds McCann. McCann goes long towards the half-forward line. Who's going to mark this one? Casey coming in late on the scene. Through comes Malcolm Blight. Wiseman there as well. Blight taps it out. Quickly now, onto Melrose. It's Casson shot towards goal. Getting underneath the ball is Davis. A big leap there by Xavier Tanner in the square. He's well down from centre in the full forward pocket at the moment, but the ball is forced through for a point. Tanner comes up with
a little bit gingery with the right shoulder. The Sturt custodian about to get proceedings underway. Sturt trailed by 2 straight kicks. Good kick which drops in the square. Davies up from behind. Reed couldn't control it. Melrose through now. Graham up, and finally it's Keith Gregg. Gets through a wall of players, but has an airy. Still there. No support. And holding the ball has been paid against him. Fine stretch applied by the Sturt players. It's Phil Heinrich to take the kick. Goes wide. Looking for Reed out there. Winter flew also. Glendinning trapped it beautifully. Working around. Finally breaks clear. The pace of Glendinning. And the kick carries over centre. Looking for John Byrne. Down to Bergen, and Sturt go forward.
On the lead is Sims to the outer side. In pursuit Smith. Sims can't get there, and the ball goes out of play. Throw in, full forward pocket, about 35-40 metres around from the Sturt goal. They trail by 12 points. Keenan 1 for North Melbourne. Sims is 4. Supported by Jarrett. Sims up over the top, gets the tap back straight to Barton. The kick is not a good one, into the pocket. Sims giving chase now, surrounded by 3 North Melbourne defenders. Crosswell through, but the ball trickles once more out of play. Throw in this time about 10 metres around. And a repeat of the throw in. No, yes, it's going to be Keenan and Sims. Keenan front position has the easy one this time. Coming right across goal. Melrose's kick towards the half-back line. Alves couldn't keep it in play. Once more a throw-in.
Sturt trailing by 2 goals. Keeping with North Melbourne well. Again, it's Keenan and Sims. Tap down, Melrose. Through, Leonard for Sturt. Taken to ground. Stephen Ick up now for North Melbourne. They go to centre wing. Using the body well as Tanner. McCann it was, and Reed, but Bergen in for Sturt. Help from Walk. Short passes on, and Clonk passes it to Leonard. And turn to Heinrich. Finally, Mutton has a pot shot at the goals. It won't carry through. Deep off the fingers of Winter. The mark paid to Bruce Winter. Very, very tight angle, but the distance very close. No doubt he'll swing around on the right side for a right footer. The shot results in 1 point only, and Sturt move to 5 goals 4, trailing North Melbourne on 7-3.
Played 11 minutes of the second quarter. Crosswell gets a lead on the outer side from Schimmelbusch. Makes it look awkward, but takes it. In the back pocket, Schimmelbusch. Short to Greg. In defence inside the half-back line as North Melbourne edge out of defence to the outer side. Jarrett. Schimmelbusch. And North Melbourne go forward with method towards the half-forward line. Casey in, Huppets. McCann taken away by Huppets, chipped out the pass to Blight. Here's danger for Sturt. Blight can't handle it, Hargraves wearing him. Blight has won the free kick for hanging on. And once more we see the North Melbourne star, already with 5 goals, have an opportunity to make it 6. Malcolm Blight only 40 metres out, right in front. Shot towards goal, wobbling back. I think it is a goal, his 6th goal. And North Melbourne now 8-3 leads Sturt 5-4 on this special World of Sport big replay.
Malcolm Blight getting the favour of the umpire there for an illegal tackle from Peter Hargraves to notch his 6th goal. But North Melbourne not doing it all that easy ahead of centre. The Sturt defence playing good stretch, keeping them under pressure the whole time, and that they're within 17 points at the moment. North Melbourne 8-3, Sturt 5-4.
Nolan over the top, McCann, but it's to Bergen. Nolan again towards Burns. McCann. Jarrett out to Schimmelbusch, proving a danger there. Quickly now to Tanner. Tanner 45 metres out, sets out towards goal, gives it every chance. It's going to be close. Offline, however, 1 point. Fine attacking move by North Melbourne away from centre there. Takes him on to 8-5. Sturt 5-4.
North Melbourne haven't been putting their game together that well ahead of centre in their forward division, but the indications that the run will come. Casey kicks Alves front roll. Jeff Leonard. Applying pressure. Nettlefold caught with the ball. On the bottom of the pack, the umpire calling for a bounce between centre wing and the half-forward line of North Melbourne. Sims, the tap back. Casson caught. Wound. Oh, wasn't impeded, but the free kick goes against him. It'll be Tony Bergen from forward of the half-back line, kicking into the centre of the ground. Graham down there. Clomp up one-handed. The loose one to Graham. Elects to put it forward in his own part, but Glendenning robs it and puts North Melbourne out into the path of Wayne Schimmelbusch. Howard closes. Schimmelbusch around the corner. Searching up there for McCann, and the ball out of players at Huppets. Huppets deep in the right forward pocket, and a throw-in will result. North Melbourne leading by 18 points at the 15-minute mark of this second term.
Schimmelbusch, 9th kick. Playing well at centre wing. Barton. Howard. Walkover runs. Schimmelbusch in again. Getting back on the ball is the bearded Nettlefold with Robert Barton, but the ball out of play at centre wing. 8-4 North Melbourne, 5-4 Sturt. McCann and Sims. McCann's tap. Graham, Bergen, Sturt go forward, high to the half-forward line. Heinrich there, Ramsey as well. Winter! Fine mark by the Sturt player. Where he came from, I'll never know. Other players were settling themselves, but he came back quickly onto the ball and has taken the mark about 35 metres out. Bruce Winter has kicked a goal in the first quarter, kick number 4. Nice looking drop punt indicates that that is a good shot at goal. his second goal, and Sturt 6-4 to North Melbourne's 8-4.
Good constructive passage of football by Sturt then. The handball coming from Graham to the running Bergen, and the deliberate direct shot through to centre half forward, and somehow from the back of the pack appeared with the ball Bruce Winter, and it was a long shot at goal, very much akin to the one that he kicked in the first term, but his kick was true for his second goal, and now Sturt 6-4 trail North Melbourne on 8-4.
Burns off, Melrose on. We've got Nolan at the bounce against Sims. North Melbourne playing 25 players in the interchange, Sturt using only 21. Bergen. Winter in towards full forward. Bagshaw, this could bounce through for a goal. Getting back, Crosswell. What's the decision by the umpire? 1 point. Gee, that must have only been centimetres away as Bagshaw took Crosswell to meet the ball. It went over their head and almost bounced through.
Crosswell going short to the lead of Stephen Ick. Ick's kick carries to the centre square. Huppets and Glendinning both undecided. Tanner comes in. Bergen for Sturt. The loose one to Howard of Sturt. Tanner in again. Now Bergen. McCann applies to Stretch. The ball to Reid. He recovers to Bergen, and Sturt are away. Long hand pass to Winter. He's got help coming up from Downs, but it's robbed by John Byrne, and the kick goes to half forward for North Melbourne. Reid for Sturt. They're away to the outer side. Schimmelbusch versus Leonard. Schimmelbusch the free kick and quick to play on.
Kicks long in towards goal. Blight sets himself again. Hargraves with him. Blight into the pocket. Hargraves wondering which way he's going. Blight back towards Casson. McCann in, but he's too slow. Walk. Hargraves. The kick is smothered. Alves tackled high, loses the ball. Puts it in towards goal once more. Davies can't handle it. Reid for Sturt should clear. The long handball is out, and it's taken away now by Butt. Winter in the centre of the ground. On the ground, can't take it. Here's a chance now for Mutton. Gives out the handball to Graham, but Greg Wright with him. Too much pace at the moment, and the North Melbourne half-back flanker goes for the safety of the line.
Throw-in to take place on Sturt's half-forward line. They trail by 11 points, 17 minutes into this second term, and Daryl Sutton onto the arena for North Melbourne. Nolan. Sims the tap. Forward by Heinrich. Stephen Ick for North Melbourne, and the ball out of play. Repeat performance on Sturt's half-forward line. It'll be Mick Nolan and Sims of Sturt. Gets the late right in, but Nolan too strong down to Nettlefold. Back to Ick, and again the ball out of play. They gained about 2 or 3 metres for another throw-in. Winter dropping back at centre wing, an unusual ploy for him. Nolan in front again. Sims can't get around him. Heinrich back to Mutt. A high ball carrying up to the apron of the goal square from behind Davies. Oh, you could see Davies setting himself for that. The high ball, he got the run in over the back of Doug Smith. And so often we've seen Davies pull down the screamer like that. An opportunity for his first goal. Let's see, posts his first goal, and Sturt moved to within 5 points of North Melbourne. At 7 goals 5, they trail 8-4.
Fine mark from Davies from behind. Jerry, you mentioned Bruce Winter. He's been given a run on the ball. Sturt have got Tony Bergen at centre half forward at the moment, and they're running Heinrich on the ball as well. So Odie making a few moves. It's a game that they must experiment in and give all their players a run as a warmer-up for their final series. Both teams, that is. North Melbourne 8-4, Sturt 7-5.
The bulk of Nolan, but the strength of Sturt coming out. Nolan trying to kick it clear. Downs caught. Kick forward by Nettlefold. Reid of Sturt recovers his poise well. The handball went out to Howard, coming in to help Clog. Down into the path cleverly of Howard, and Sturt looking to set it up. Kick wins through half forward at the back. Jarrett, the big fist, the ball out of play. Half forward line of Sturt.
Certainly didn't make any bones about that. Going for the safety, the bearded North Melbourne back pocket player. Nolan gets the flip back towards Ramsey. In turn, Melrose. Crosswell gets out of trouble well. Glendinning, Greg. North Melbourne run the ball out of defence as Greg has got no pressure now. Graham coming down on him. Quickly uses Smith. Graham done it well. Works hard for the ball. Taps it out, but he's getting no support. Leonard in now. Greg, who made a mess of it, has to make or atone for his mistake. And finally Sturt get out of this, and that's a great effort by Michael Graham.
Almost up to the half-forward line of Sturt. McNolan. Sturt's way, however. Fed out by Heinrich to the running Bergen. The kick back, sided Klomp. Oh, well grabbed. Bergen catching sight of Klomp out of the corner of the eye, and a cross kick coming in. Well grabbed by Klomp, and Sturt go to the goal square. Ball carrying through for one behind. Sturt moving a little closer on 7-6, trailing North Melbourne 8-4, 21 minutes into this second term.
Crosswell. Get a lead from Glendinning, a huge man. Who's got it? Glendinning, or is it the half-back flank? Sutton. Yes, Daryl Sutton, the former Tasmanian. Gets a lead from McCann. Good mark. McCann at centre wing.
Hello.
In towards Davis. He's well out from goal. Casey in pursuit. Burns, I think it is. John Burns has taken the mark. Blight hares back into goal, but Burns could conceivably make the distance. No, he's going for the short one to Ramsey. Or is that Nettlefold? It is Nettlefold, the bearded one. Two bearded players in the North Melbourne side, Ramsey and Nettlefold. And it's Bill Nettlefold with the ball. Took a lot of punishment in that short pass. He's got it about 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. Low trajectory, quick, not a good one. Casey up, Heinrich in trouble, and the ball is forced through for the point.
Taking North Melbourne on to 8-5, one clear goal ahead of Sturt on 7-5. A very even competition here at Football Park. Both sides producing some very constructive football, both setting up their patterns of play. The ball from Casey lobbing in the square, and Big McNolan's there to pull it down. North Melbourne about to go forward, ignores the lead from Craig Davis and kicks a high ball. Giving Blight last run at it. He's high, interference to Hargraves, goes unnoticed. Into the open goal goes Craig Davis, and his first goal goes on the board, number 9 to North Melbourne. They move along to 9-5, leading Sturt 7-5.
Well, the ball came in high from Nolan, and you can see that Hargraves set himself. Blight went for one of his spectacular leaps, got into the back of Hargraves, pushed him out, put the ball over the back of the pack, and Davis, the North Melbourne full forward, who's been used as a ploy to lead upfield and get Casey under the ball, sped into the open goal, and despite Walk's effort, kicked his first. 9-5 North Melbourne, 7-5 Sturt.
Davies on the ball for Sturt now, and it's McCann of North Melbourne fisting clear. Leonard forces through. Davies leaves it behind. Big Nolan's there, feeds it out to Bill Nettlefold. His kick carries to the half-forward line. In front was Davis, but well destroyed by Casey, but in goes McCann of North Melbourne. Deep. Light's got the sit, but Hargraves supreme on this occasion. A good grab, and immediately switches play into the path of Downs.
Downs gets a bad bounce. Schimmelbusch, he's clear. 25 metres out, sets up the play. Oh, the handball's a shocker. Casey comes through, easily intercepts. Bergen waits his opportunity on the half-back line. Has Heinrich running as Sturt come out of defence. Oh, he's going to run himself into trouble. Slow to get rid of the ball. Leonard in support. Bergen still running along the outer side, coursing down there. Davies, Sturt straighten up, heading towards home. No one back there, however. Sims gets on the ball, tucked in close, gets a kick away, but he's under pressure and can only get it through the minor score area. 1 point to Trevor Sims, but a long attacking move from Sturt, springing off the half-back line.
Croswell's kick into the path of John Byrne. The North Melbourne ruck rover. Time to steady, looking for Nettlefold further afield, but the ball out of play for a throw-in at half-time here at Football Park. In a good clash between these two minor premiers, North Melbourne 9-5-59 leads Sturt 7-6-48. The action brought to you on Channel 7's World of Sport.
Yeah. Yeah, wouldn't mind it, thank you. If you got one for Chris, it'll be handy, but if not, don't worry.
Straight through.